The Mazda MX-5 Miata enters 2027 with no redesign and no apologies. Mazda's ND generation Roadster adds a striking new paint color, keeps its naturally aspirated engine and manual gearbox, and holds the line on its formula. Here are 10 things buyers should know before order books open. There is no 5th generation Miata for 2027. The ND that arrived in the third quarter of 2015 as a 2016 model returns for another year, making this roughly its 12th model year on sale. An extraordinary run for a modern sports car, and one that pushes cumulative MX-5 sales past 1.2 million units globally since 1989. Mazda Motor Europe detailed its 2027 changes in June 2026, ahead of Mazda North American operations, which confirmed the new paint color in late May, and said further US details would follow later in 2026. Production of 2027 units began in May 2026 for some left-hand drive markets. The most visible 2027 news is a new body color, zinc green metallic, which made its world premiere at the Karuizawa meeting in Japan on May 31, 2026, one of the largest MX-5 gatherings anywhere. It is the first green offered on the ND generation, ending an 11-year drought that frustrated fans of British Racing Green and the NB's Splash Green. Mazda drew inspiration from zinc chromate primer, the industrial undercoat used to improve durability, and worked bluish metallic flakes into the formula. The result shifts character with light, rich and clearly green in sunlight, subdued and almost matte gray under overcast skies. Mazda calls it a lifestyle color in the mold of polymetal gray, and it will be offered on both the soft top and the RF. Under the hood, nothing changes for American buyers. Every US MX-5 continues with a naturally aspirated Skyactiv G 2-liter 4-cylinder, producing 181 horsepower at 7,000 RPM and 151 pound-feet of torque at 4,000 RPM, with a 7,500 RPM redline. There is no turbocharger, no hybrid assist, and no electrification of any kind. Mazda's position remains that linear throttle response and a willingness to rev matter more than peak output, a stance that looks increasingly countercultural as rivals add boost in batteries. Compared with the 228-horsepower Toyota GR86, the Miata gives up meaningful thrust on paper, yet the deficit shrinks considerably once you account for the roughly 200 pounds it saves and the open roof it delivers in exchange. The 6-speed Skyactiv MT manual with its short-throw shifter is standard equipment across the entire US lineup, which is a rarer claim every year. The 6-speed automatic with paddle shifters and sport mode remains available only on Grand Touring models, priced at roughly $920 in 2026 specifications. Sport and club trims are manual only, full stop. Importantly, Grand Touring models ordered with the manual also receive the same performance hardware as club cars, so choosing comfort features does not require surrendering the chassis upgrades. If you want the automatic, you accept the softer setup, a trade Mazda has enforced consistently. The MX-5 continues to justify its performance through mass rather than muscle. Soft-top manual cars sit in the low 2,300 pound range, while the RF weighs 2,467 pounds with the manual and 2,513 pounds with the automatic. That discipline is what makes 181 horsepower feel adequate rather than apologetic. Supporting it is genuine hardware. Club and manual Grand Touring models get Bilstein dampers, an asymmetric limited slip differential, a front shock tower brace, an induction sound enhancer, and a DSC track stability mode that gives skilled drivers meaningful rope. Near-perfect front-to-rear balance and the Jinba Itai philosophy of horse and rider unity are not marketing garnish here. They are the engineering brief. 3 soft-top trims carry over. Sport is the purist's entry point, with 16-inch alloys, high-performance tires, and wired Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Club adds the performance hardware described before, along with gloss black exterior elements. Grand Touring trades the gloss black for machine-finished alloys and layers on comfort and safety kit. Automatic climate control, heated leather seats, navigation, adaptive front lighting, traffic sign recognition, radar cruise control, rain-sensing wipers, and an auto-dimming frameless mirror with HomeLink. Tan Napa leather was a $300 option in 2026. Club buyers can also add the Brembo BBS Recaro package. Brembo front brakes with red calipers, BBS forged wheels, heated Recaro seats, and Aero sill extensions, which listed at $5,050 for 2026.
The retractable fastback returns in club and grand touring form. Its power hardtop opens or closes in roughly 13 seconds at the push of a button, delivering coupe-like security in traffic and a Targa-style opening on demand. The pricing structure is counterintuitive. RF Grand Touring is the cheaper of the two because the RF Club includes the Brembo BBS Recaro package as standard equipment, complete with 17-inch BBS wheels. Grand Touring RF models get a body color roof. The buttresses do create real blind spots, which is why blind spot monitoring earns its keep here more than on the soft top. Expect a modest weight penalty and a slightly different soundtrack with the roof up.
Mazda improved interior usability with an 8.8-inch infotainment display, offering better touch control for Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and those changes carry into 2027. Higher trims get wireless smartphone mirroring. Sport keeps the cable. Alexa built-in is available. Beyond that, the cabin resists the screen-first arms race. Physical climate dials, a proper handbrake, and a driver-focused layout survive intact. Standard safety content across the lineup includes lane departure warning, driver attention alert, and secondary collision reduction, with Grand Touring adding the adaptive front lighting system and traffic sign recognition. Mazda has not published 2027 US pricing as of this writing, so treat any figure as an estimate rather than a confirmed number. For reference, 2026 MSRPs were $30,430 for the Sport, $33,930 for the Club, and $35,730 for the Grand Touring Soft Top, with the RF Grand Touring at $38,450 and the RF Club at $41,900, all before a $1,235 destination charge. Recent increases have run $600 to $750 per year, which suggests a 2027 Sport landing near or just above $31,000 before destination. Even so, the MX-5 remains the least expensive true sports car sold in America, undercutting a Mini Cooper convertible by thousands. Buyers weighing whether to wait should probably not. Mazda's next-generation MX-5 is not expected before 2028 at the earliest, and possibly later. The delay traces to the Skyactiv Z engine family, which will not appear in a production car until a hybrid CX-5 arrives in 2027. Mazda CEO Masahiro Moro has said the successor structure must be ready for a future without combustion, with a target curb weight between roughly 2,205 and 2,645 pounds achieved without exotic materials like carbon fiber. Design cues are widely expected to draw on the iconic SP concept. All of that remains unconfirmed and fluid, but it means the 2027 car is a known quantity, not a placeholder.